gonna keep going with my video streak because I live way up north in the boonies and have no legs. So my next video is going to be on space. Now I know something that I mentioned in my 4 things to consider video, but I really want to elaborate on it because it's one thing that people don't take into a lot of consideration and they really, really should. And I was looking for a cage for my newest addition to the flock, and I'll do another video on that probably next. And this quote really, really struck home, and I've seen it a lot, and it does really crazy things to birds. And the quote goes something like this: pick a cage that is right for your bird, not right for your living room. That is so true, you don't even understand. It is so important to pick a cage that's right for your bird. Budget, of course, is going to play in, but that should have been something you considered with the money. If you can't get a big enough cage to put in your living room for the size of bird that you want, then you need to reconsider the size of bird or the kind of bird that you want. They need a lot of space. I should take pictures. I will have to ask the breeder for pictures of the cage that she has for her blue and gold macaw. His cage is huge. It's bigger than my bed. Not to mention the amount of things that are hanging off this cage. I believe the cage is about 7 feet this way. Okay? Picture this. 7 feet this way. And probably about 3 or I'd say 4 or 5 feet deep. And it goes probably 6 or 7 feet tall. It is huge. It's massive. Okay? Actually, it's probably longer than 7 feet. I'd have to get measurements for you. I'll try to post them in the description. It's huge. And that doesn't include the things that are not attached to the actual cage, like inside the cage. He's got a Java tree, which is like a big playpen. He's got big square, oh my goodness, they're kind of like big steel bars that are drilled to the top of his cage and come out 3 or 4 feet, probably 2 or 3. And from these are hung more toys for him to play with. They don't have a living room anymore. It's just for Jacob. The amount of space that these birds need is huge, and you need to keep this in consideration. It doesn't just stop with the cage. A macaw is going to need more space. An African gray, a cockatoo, all those bigger kinds of parrots are going to need extra space outside their cage. Littler birds, you can get away with what I've done, which is put their play space on top of their cage. If you can see behind me, there's a java perch sitting on the top of Kia's cage. I also have on another cage a square play gym with toys on it. Downstairs, I have a play stand, so when I'm cooking, or if I'm doing homework, or if I'm watching TV, I have somewhere to sit, and they have somewhere to sit too, and they're not sitting on me. So keep that in mind. It doesn't just stop with the cage. You also have to think about storage. Most people are like, what are you talking about? If you have a lot of extra stuff, you're going to need somewhere to put it. Especially food, vitamins, extra food if you buy in bulk, which I suggest because it's a lot cheaper, which means that your bird can get more of the good stuff. Blankets, extra toys, extra playthings. Some people go as far as even getting them a sleeping cage, so that if your bird is, say, situated in the living room, which is where your TV is, and you guys would like to watch a movie late at night, you can move the bird into a different room with a cage so that the bird can sleep. Sleep time is very important. They need a bedtime. My birds go to bed at about 8:30-ish. In the summer, it usually goes till when the sun comes down. But in the winter, when the sun goes down at like 4 o'clock, I can't really do that. So keep that in mind. Um, right now I'm filming these and it's about 8 o'clock, so the birds are winding down, which is why they're so quiet. They've gotten through their nightly screaming fest, so everyone's preening and getting ready for bed, which is when I usually like to do my videos because it's nice and quiet. I'll have to do one tomorrow at like lunchtime, and you'll see how loud it gets in here. Um, what else? Lots of space. Lots and lots of space. Food storage, like I said, you're also going to need storage for any grooming supplies, anything that you need to bring to the vet. Another thing that you might want to put in storage is an emergency evacuation kit. I'm going to do a video on emergency vac kits because they are hugely important. But you got to keep in mind all these other things that you don't want to see every day. So that's my little shindig about space. If you haven't seen my other video about the 4 things to consider, please do. Lots of important things I go over there. But I really wanted to elaborate on space, so here it is. And there it was. So I hope you guys learned something. Learning is fun. I know you're going to hear me say it a trillion times. Learning is fun. Do it a lot. It makes your brain grow and it makes you smarter. So, have fun learning. And I'll see you later.